Alright guys, so if you're doing the challenge, you have to do your official measuring and weigh-in and everything. What we want you to do is do it on the Sunday before we start, okay? So that Sunday before you start will be the 25th, that's what you're going to do. Now, the scale, you can weigh yourself on whatever scale you want. Again, we're going to have everything here. If you want to use our stuff, you can come into one of the orientations and get your weigh-in. But whatever scale you use, be consistent, okay? With time of day, preferably Friday morning when you wake up, that's when you should be weighing yourself. So use your home scale for that, or if you're coming in to work out and you want to use ours, it's totally fine. You do not need to do your body fat every single week. We'll do that at the beginning and at the end of the challenge only. The other thing you're going to need is to measure. So if you don't have a measuring tape, we have 4 of them here. You're more than welcome to use ours. It's not a big deal. They will be on the table next to the body fat machines with the scale and everything else. If you want to get your own so that you can just do it in the morning and you don't have to worry about it, you can get them at like any fabric store. You can get a tape measure for like, I think they're like $1 or $2. So totally up to you, however you want to do it. What we're going to show you real quick is how to measure. So we're going to measure Mike. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with your arm. So arm is just the biggest part around the arm. And again, we're just going to let our arm hang down loose. We're not flexing. We're just going to measure loose arm. So about 7 inches around right there. So that's going to be the arm. And again, we times the arm and the leg by 2. So with the leg, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be around the biggest part of the thigh. So if we go around the biggest part of the thigh, we just wrap that around. And again, wherever it is, we're not trying to flex. We're not trying to do anything else, just biggest part of the thigh. Those are arm and leg. Again, we times the arm and the leg by 2. You'll see that on the weekly progress report. Make sure you times them by 2. The chest, we're just going to go under the arm, around, hold that right there, around the biggest part of the chest. For ladies, yes, that does include the girls, okay? So everything's included on that. And then again, we just put our arms down and that's where we're measuring, okay? The next one is the waist. So the waist is the one where if we kind of bend like this, wherever it creases, that's where we want it. And then we're just going to wrap that right around. Just like that, that's going to be the waist. If we drop it down to the belly button, wherever the belly button is, same thing, we put it right on our belly button and go right around. The last one you're going to do, put it right on your hip, hold that, and we're going to go around the biggest part of the butt, so hips and butt. And that's where we're going to measure. So again, we have arm times 2, leg times 2, chest under the arms, waist, where we crease, belly button, hips and butt. And that's what we're going to measure every single week so we know how many inches we're losing, because that's where our body tends to hold the most fat. That's why we're measuring those places, so that we can get a good idea of how you're doing each week along with your weigh-ins. And that's how you're going to weigh in the day before we start the challenge on the 25th.